Hey there, I'm Paul David, and this is Moments. This morning I want to share a truth that most people spend their lives trying not to face. No one will remember you. Not in 100 years, not in 1,000 years, not even a whisper of time. That's not meant to scare you or depress you. It's meant to set you free. Because once you understand that, you stop chasing that illusion of forever and start living the reality of now. Think about this. Every generation before us thought they'd matter forever. But time is undefeated. How many names can you remember from the 1600s? Maybe 10? But there were millions of lives, millions of birthdays, hugs, dreams, arguments, and moments that once felt everything. But now, they're dust. Steve Jobs once said, "Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know I could avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose." He's right. Because life was never about being remembered. It was about being real while you are still here. We spend so much time chasing after things, possessions, titles, houses, cars, numbers in the bank account, as if they really mean anything. But they don't. Not really. You can't take them with you. You can't carry your watch into eternity. You can't drive your car past the edge of your last breath. Sure, you could leave them to someone else, a family member, a relative, maybe even a stranger. But what happens then? Maybe they sell it. Maybe they forget it in storage. Maybe they argue over it. And even if it's worth something, what's the point? That thing you thought defined you becomes another object in someone else's life. The truth is, possessions don't make life rich. Presence does. I remember visiting a man once who was nearing the end of his life. He was surrounded by everything he ever worked for. A beautiful home, an expensive collection of art he'd spent decades building. But he looked at me and said, "You know, Paul, when you're this close to the end, you realize how heavy all this stuff really is. Not because of what it cost, but because it kept me from what mattered." He paused, staring at an old family photo on the table. And he said, "You know, all I really want is one more dinner with my kids. One more laugh with my wife. One more moment to tell them how proud I am." He didn't want things. He wanted time. He wanted connection. That's what we all want. But we're just too distracted to admit it. We fill our lives with clutter, not just the physical, but emotional. We collect possessions, grudges, opinions, and praise. And none of it lasts. Albert Einstein once said, "Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile." Because what you own eventually owns you. The bigger the house, the more to clean. The more you buy, the more you have to protect. The more you accumulate, the more you fear losing it. It's not wrong to have things, but it's dangerous to let things have you. When you stop identifying with what you own, you make room for something far greater, what you can actually give. Because here's the real legacy, the one that actually outlives you. It's not your possessions. It's not your compassion. It's your presence. It's the way you made someone feel seen when no one else did. Your name might fade, your face might be forgotten, but your kindness, that ripples through time. You help one person, and they help another. And that energy continues long after your story ends. That's what it means to live forever. Not through memory, but through impact. I once learned about a story, a man named Tom. I think you'll like this story. He's an ordinary guy, no fame, no fortune. And every morning on his way to work, he'd stop at the same corner bakery. He'd buy 2 coffees, one for himself and one for a stranger. He said it reminded him that everyone deserved to be noticed. Years later, the barrister at that bakery told the journalist, Tom passed away last year, but even now, people still come in and buy a second coffee, and they leave it on the counter for Tom. That's the ripple. That's the echo of life well lived. Tom didn't try to be remembered. He tried to be kind, and in doing so, he became unforgettable. We chase legacies like they're trophies, but legacy isn't something you leave behind. It's something you live out loud. It's every small act of honesty, every gentle word, every sacrifice no one sees that shapes the world. That's what people carry with them. So stop chasing what fades. Stop polishing the trophies that time will melt down anyway. Stop defining yourself by what you have. And start building the thing that never depreciates. One's character. Because when you focus on who you are, not what you own, you begin to live in a way that needs no monument. I want you to think about this. When you're gone, your possessions will all be boxed up, your titles forgotten, your photos fading. But the kindness you showed someone on a random Tuesday afternoon, that stays. The encouragement you gave when someone wanted to give up, that's what echoes. The way you made someone feel worthy when they stopped believing they were, that lives on through them and through everyone they touch after you. Maya Angelou once said, people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. And she was right. Because love, in its purest form, is the only thing that never fades. This is what matters. Not fame, not fortune, not forever. But today, the person in front of you, the opportunity to be kind, the moment you can choose presence over distraction. That's what life is. That's what remains when everything else falls away. Jim Carrey once said, the effect that you have on others is the most valuable currency there is. That's the truth of it all. Don't wait to be remembered. Just be. Be the one who smiles first. Be the one who forgives faster. Be the one who loves deeper. Be the one who leaves light wherever you go. And maybe, just maybe, that light will reach places you'll never see. So yes, no one will remember you. And that's okay. Because life was never about being remembered. It was about being felt. And if you live with love, if you move through the world with kindness, if you use your days to bring peace into someone else's, then you've already done something eternal. I'm Paul David, and this moment was for you. Until next time, stay humble, stay kind, and stay here. Thank you.